Hey everyone, I want to quickly show you guys the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge has been out for a little bit, but just recently the gold platinum color has been released, and this is actually just a quick look at the gold platinum S6 Edge. As you can see, it comes up now. It's available in 32, 64, and 128 gigabytes. It doesn't have storage like the micro SD card like it's done in the past. This one is for the Verizon. Again, this comes with a wall charger, pre-installed SIM card, stereo headset, quick reference book, the global support brochure, and the warranty. So let me just show you guys what you get. I'm pretty sure you guys probably seen what comes in here. On the Verizon, again, it just has all this is just the booklets that come in here. I'll back it up a little bit for you guys. You know, all the brochures, global support, because you can use the Verizon one globally. So that's the nice thing about that. You can get it to go anywhere. So that takes care of that. Inside the box, of course, you get a white USB micro USB cord to charge it, and it's of course it's white. A white charger, just typical standard white charger with USB on the side to charge up. And they actually provide a little key to take out the SIM card, because now the SIM card is with no removable back. It's now built into it, so it's kind of like the HTC that they provided a little key there to remove that SIM card. And you got to make a right choice on that one, because now that you don't have available storage card, so you got to make sure you at least probably going to get the 64 gigabyte if you want plan on playing a lot of music and take a lot of pictures. Here's the headset. It comes as a typical white headset that we've seen in the previous models, so that hasn't changed. So let's take a quick walkthrough over the gold platinum Edge here. As you can see here, the color of it is, it almost kind of looks in a way like a silverish color, but it actually, you have to look at it very closely. Hopefully the video catches it, but it is gold here all the way around, all the front face of it. It is a gold color. It's like a lighter type gold. And here on the side, it's got the aluminum, just like you see on all the Edge phones that are out right now. Here's the available SIM card slot. So that's where you put the pin in there, and then you can also use a paper clip if you wanted to, so it doesn't matter if you don't carry that around. Here's the IRI blaster to use as a remote control, which is nice. I've liked that they kept that in these phones for this. Here's a microphones here on the top. Here, as you can go on the side and all the way around here, as you can see, it kind of loops down because of the Edge glass. Hopefully the video catches that. Here on the right hand side is very smooth and very thin. As you can see, that very thin wise. The power button's there. As you come down, you come all the way down to the bottom, and you come to the speaker. It's got one bottom speaker here, and again, it's got another mic on the bottom for noise cancellation. So that's pretty good. I haven't tried it in a noisy place yet, so I'm still testing it out. Again, I can't emphasize how good quality, how much Samsung has improved and changed on these phones. Here's got the slot for the micro USB cable, and your 3.5mm head jack. And it goes on the bottom. I believe in the previous versions, yeah, I see the Note 4 has it on the top. And let me see, I think also on the S5, yeah, on the top, the same thing. This is the S4 that was available also on the top only. So now they've gone in the bottom. Again, here on the side, nothing but a clear spot, and then you have your rocker switch for your volume control up or down. And if you can see that, I don't know if the video catches, these buttons are also actually look like they're gold color. Very nice. They look actually high quality, as you can see there in the video. They don't look like these don't feel or look like they're plastic. They actually feel like they're actually could be aluminum. So that's very nice, very good quality. Up in the front, you have your LED display. When you got a message that will be, oh sorry, it's right over here on the left hand side. Hopefully, let me see if it'll blink. There you go. And that gives you a message, your notification. Here's the sensors here, that proximity sensor and your light sensor. and here's the speaker grill for the earpiece on the top where you're listening, and here's your front-facing camera. The 5.9 facing camera is a very good camera. It's got a very wide angle f.19, just like it is in the back. And now this is a sensor as well, the home button. So now the fingerprint reader, all you need to do is put your finger down. You don't need to swipe down like you did in the Note 4 or the S5. On the back, as you can see here, very nice. It's pretty clean here. There's not much. You can see the Verizon 4G there, and then it's got the Galaxy S6 Edge here label there. Since it's so shiny there, I'm trying to get, hopefully you guys can see that on the video, trying to get it out that angle, right angle. And then here's the 16 megapixel camera. It's got the OIS, so very nice stabilization. It's got nice video. It's got some great video and picture themes that you can use. It's got the flash here, LED flash, and here's your heart rate sensor on the side here that is got for various things. You can tap on it for selfies. Let's just open it up again. You just put your fingerprint there, oops, and unlocks it just like that. This is much more accurate now. I really like the fingerprint sensor now than before. This is very fast. I mean, this guy's running the octa-core Samsung processor. Everything's very, very fast. I haven't loaded up too much stuff on this yet, as you can see here. I just I haven't loaded up these things on here, but the browsing, I did a little test on the Octane benchmark on here. I'll run it again real quick, just so while I'm talking, I'll let it run. The quality on this is very solid. As you can see, it's very thin. It starts out like a kind of like thicker here, but as you can see on the side, it gets very thin. So in a way, sometimes it almost feels like if you don't hold it right, so thin that you can probably drop it. But you got to be really careful because it is very slippery. So you might want to get a case for this because if you drop this, it's pretty strong. But if it hits on the concrete, I'm sure this being all glass, it will probably crack on you. Other than that, I'll just show you. I'm gonna just quickly show you guys. Let me see if I can. Let me take this out of the S4 here. There you go. It's got a 757 score for the octa score. Let me compare this to an S4 here. As you can see here, it's it's not. Again, this has a 5.1 inch screen on your on the Edge 6. It's much bigger now, so it's got also the 5.1 screen inch, and as you can see how much more bigger the screen. I have it lined up in here compared to the S4 here, but again, the S4 being smaller, they did a great job that they didn't increase too much of a size, so that's very nice because that keeps your phone smaller for those that don't really like bigger phones, and yet you're able to get a bigger screen as well. I'll put these so you guys can take a quick look on this, how much more let me see, I'll back this up for you guys so you can see how much taller it is. The width of it is pretty much the same. Let me see if I can do it like this way because it's so thin in the back. As you can see here, the width of it is pretty much the same. It's just the tall of it is, again, it's not that much, but you are getting that 5.1 screen. So to me, it is worth it because it's got the better screen, and everything responds very quickly on this. I'll just do, let me see, MSN. And of course, that also has to do with your website or internet access. This does have the 2560 by 1440 screen resolution, and it does have 577 ppi, so that's very nice. And again, it's got the dual image here, or dual sides here. So let's see, what did it click on? Let's go back. MSN. Sorry, and here trying trying to type sideways here for you guys. See how quickly everything loads up. Of course, this is the mobile browser, the mobile setting. So I'll request the desktop version. And like I was mentioning, you know, it's got fast charging. This is very nice. You can charge it for like 10 minutes, and you can basically get up to 4 hours of battery life in 10 minutes. That's very nice because if you have again, this doesn't have a removable battery, so you can, if you have one of those portable chargers, battery chargers, you can hook it up and very quickly charge it within 10 minutes, 20 minutes. You know, you can get through the whole day. 64-bit octane, you know, active processor, core processor. So it's got the newer, you know, fast, quick processor on here. So let's go back to the home page. We are on requested desktop. So as you can see here, everything it blows up fairly fast. As you can see sideways. I don't know if you guys can catch it, how in the video, as that, see how it kind of wraps around as you're scrolling. It's kind of neat. It looks almost let me see if you guys can see that, how the wording and everything just kind of makes it feel like it's rolling from the side there. I don't know if it, hopefully it catches it on that video here. Maybe I'll zoom in a little bit more for you guys right in there. Let's see if we can get that effect on there so you guys can see how it kind of rolls in there in place. That's just, you know, just again, it's more of a not a gimmick, but it's just nice to have, you know, I guess, to see this something new. But you know, if you guys had the S6, not the Edge one, both phones are basically the same except just the edges. The edges do light up. You know, if you can configure those edges to be like, I'll clear all of these. You can pretty much configure that to be, you know, the edges to something edge screen here. It gives you a, you know, lighting edge on what kind of the people you wanted to choose, what kind of color light. You add it here, my people. You add the contacts, and here's the colors the edge will show up. So you can get these on here. You know, so, you know, you would have to actually have this down so you can see that. And also alert when picking up the phone. You can have the setting here on or off for that same thing. So when you can receive alerts if there is any notifications from your people, when you pick up the phone, it notifies you. So that's nice. Nice little feature. It's not a deal breaker, but if you're trying to not, you know, trying to save the extra $100, that's, you know, again, night clock, very nice, because if you have a night clock, you can actually have it show up on the side here. So watch, I'll go ahead and in time, I'll just leave that on there right now. Oops, well, actually, night clock, we would have to, yeah, okay, yeah, this on the right thing. So let's we can turn that off on here. And I don't know if you guys can see that on the video, but you can see how very faintly it gives you the alarm time and the clock right there on the side. So that's let me see if I can just turn this light off. Oh, here you go. That made it brighter, so you can see how it of course it'll dim down once you don't move it. So if you wanted a night clock and see what time it was at night, that's what you would do. So, you know, again, it's got some nice features. Other than that, it's very responsive, very light. The screen is very bright, very readable. It's very nice. The lettering. I'll go ahead and open. Let me just click on something. Let me see if there's any kind of stories here. I really don't like this browser here. Let's go see. Do I have them? Yeah, requested. Let's see what we can find here. Let me go sideways here. Let's get any stories. There's probably not too many stories here. Well, let me just do this one. So I just kind of want to show you guys the lettering here. I want to do this is not working very nicely here today. Let's click on this again. I do want to show you guys you might, some of you might not like it. Some might do like it. Some might say like, well, as you can see this, it is kind of on the side here. You have to kind of, I don't know, this web page is not acting. Let's go to Yahoo or something, because this is not, I don't know, for some reason it's not working very nicely on the MSN and clicking on things. So let's go see, I'll just click on this top story right here. See if it gives us a, as you can see, you know, click on here. If you're reading this, since it does have the curved edges, oops, I just hit the home key, sorry, trying to do the video at the same time, sorry guys. As you can see here, it wraps with the round part of it. You will get, like, depending on the light, since this is rounded here, if you're in a light, there is a beam of light that reflects off on these edges. So if you're reading it in front of you here, it doesn't show too bad, but depending on the, if you're in a fluorescent light area or where there's a lot of light, it will reflect here, so it'll give you like a streak line here. And some, it might have, you know, might bother you when you're reading. The other thing that you have to know when you do, if you plan on getting this, since it does wrap here, it almost feels that you're when you're looking at the screen there, the W and all these letters on the left hand side do look like they're wrapped, and as the right hand side doesn't. So I mean, that's something to consider. It if you have an option to test it out at the store, you might want to check it out. But if you don't, at least I'm trying to show you guys here. Hopefully, you know, if you can see that on the video, if that kind of might bother some of you, because it does look like it's in the left and wrapped there to the left side of it. Let me check the, I'll show you guys also let's go to the battery. Right now, as you can see, it shows you on the battery 90%, approximately one day, 2 hours left. Not bad. And I don't have any power saving mode or any ultra power savings or anything. Here, as you can see, I've had it on for 28 minutes 38 seconds on battery, and it's at 90%. I've been using it, just testing it out on there. But I can get through the whole day. That's no problem. NFC payments. Let's quickly show you guys, if you guys are thinking about getting one. This is a 64 gigabyte model. I haven't loaded too many applications or models or pictures. As you can see, I haven't taken too many applications already. There is 33.8. And as you can see, the 64 gigabyte model, it's only got 49.48. Let's just say 50 gigabytes free space. So if you plan on putting a lot of music and a lot of music and pictures, you might want to pick up the 128 gigabyte version, because then you'll be running out of memory, since this, it has no way of adding a micro SD card. That would have been nice if they would have made a slot for a micro SD card here, so that way at least the pictures can go in here, but that's not the case. Other than that, I gotta see why, you know, again, it's got 10.48 gigabytes of miscellaneous files. I haven't loaded up, I don't think, that many files, so most of it's probably the default files that come with this phone. So other than that, it's a very solid phone. I really like this. As you can see, it's, you know, it's just fast. I'm not going to do no benchmarking or anything except the Octane, like I was showing you guys. I could do a SunSpider, but even though whatever ratings you get, this phone is very fast, so it doesn't require you to wait for anything. Everything is very responsive. As you can see, everything is just as you can see, I have many apps open, going back and forth. Go back here, and again, this one's actually, I have, since this is unlocked, as you can see, I'm running it on AT&T which is on the Verizon. This is unlocked, so I don't have no problems. It actually does do some. It does run on the LTE 4G, so that's nice. It got an 830, so that's not too bad. Again, and the Chrome browser seems that always rates very very low. I'll show you guys. Let me see if I have any. I think I did a. I might have a camera. No, maybe not. Or maybe I got some screenshots here. Oh, here's one. This is just one of the speeds. As you can see, that's a screenshot, so you can see that it is 4G LTE using the right settings through this is an AT&T phone under using the Verizon phone. See, I got 17.1 up download and 654. I've actually got a little bit higher, so it kind of varies a lot. So that kind of will vary. Everything else seems to work very good on it, besides you know, that you do have to do some configuration. And if you guys notice here, this one is defective. As you can see here, these are in high demand, so I think they might have rushed this, but the bottom of that LCD was never, it looks like it's not completed. It looks like there's a piece missing of the LCD. It's just burned out. It's a bad LCD screen there. So, you know, again, I may be just testing this out. I'm using this just to, you know, just testing out, and I really like this. I do like my Note. I can't wait for the Note to be available in September, October. I'm sure they'll be having the Edge style like this in the Note version. I do use the stylus a lot, so that's, you know, my favorite is the Note. But in the meantime, I will be carrying this around, testing it out. So far, very good. Battery life, I know it's got some bad reviews on battery life. For me right now, I've only tested it for 2 days, and battery life seems to be very good. I have plenty of battery left over. Usually on this, I usually have on the Note, on a heavy day, I use the phone a lot, have a lot of emails, texts, pictures, calling. I have sometimes 2 hours worth of calling, two hours and a half per day on the phone. On the Note, on the end of the day, before I leave from 7:30 to 4:30, I will have like maybe 70-65%. So far on the Edge, it can drop down to 40%, so it's not bad because I can still get through the whole day. Other than that, hope this helps for those that might not be having hands-on or doesn't have anywhere to compare the Edge anywhere in the store and wanted to see a couple features and the build quality of it. Hope this video helps. Thanks for watching.